ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वतिनमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी ज्ञानम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषये भवरोगिणां विधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। The last class we discussed the sentence Brahma eva agam asmi iti aporoksha-jnanena nikila karma bandha vinirmuktah syat. Last class means the class before the last, because the end of the last class. So we were discussing the topic of Jivan Mukti. So who is a Jivan Mukta? So in that we came across this sentence. Brahma eva agam asmi iti aporoksha jnanena nikila karma bandha vinirmuktah syat. We have discussed this sentence elaborately. What does this sentence mean? Nikila karma bandha vinirmuktah syat. What does it mean? It means a Jivan Mukta is freed from the bondage of all types of karma. Nikila karma, all types of karma bandha, from the bondage of this karma, he becomes free. Vinirmuktah bhavati. Now the question is, how can a Jivan Mukta be free from any karma? Whether it is a Jivan Mukta or an Ajnani, whoever it may be, anyone for that matter, nobody can be free from any karma at any point of time. Bhagavan Krishna says in the Gita, 3rd chapter itself, he says, Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtatya karma kriti. Karyate yavashak karma sarva pakriti jair gunaihi. No one can stand for a minute without any karma. No one can be there without doing any karma. Kaschit kshanamapi akarma krita na tishtati. It's not possible for anyone to survive without doing any karma. If that is so, how can a Jiva Mukta nikila karma bandha vinirmuktah syat? How can a Jiva Mukta be free from all karmas? Is it not contradictory? Yes, it is contradictory. It is contradictory in one way. If you understand karma in the normal sense, in the sense of karma generally what we understand, if you understand in that sense, well, it is contradictory. Even when you understand karma in the normal sense, it is not contradictory in the case of Jivan Mukta. In the case of Jivan Mukta, it is all right, it is correct. How? Who is a Jivan Mukta? A Jivan Mukta is one who knows that he is Atma, he is Brahma. As Brahmatma, I am Brahmatma, I am being Brahma, is free, is not limited by anything, is complete, is Purnaha, is Anantaha, limitless. He is limitless. Why? Because he is Atma. He knows that he is Atma. If Atma is limitless, that being my Swarupa by nature, then how can a Jivan Mukta do any karma? He cannot do any karma. How can a limitless thing, Ananta Vastu, do any limited Parichinna karma? Karma is limited. How do you know karma is limited? Because the results of karma are always limited. Therefore, karma is limited. There is no unlimited karma or unlimited karma phalam. Nothing like that exists in the world. Therefore, a limitless thing cannot do any limited karma. To do any limited thing, that should be to do any limited karma, that should be a limited thing. And a Jivan Mukta being identified with Brahma cannot do any karma. But at the same time, as long as a Jivan Mukta lives, he has to do karma. He has to eat, he has to drink, he has to walk, he has to sleep. All these are also karmas only. He has to do karma. But the vision of Jivan Mukta is different. Jivan Mukta's vision of karma is different from the vision of an Ajnani. There lies the difference. A Jivan Mukta does karma, but he doesn't have the Abhimanatvam, Abhimana with his body, mind, senses. As Atma, he is limitless. How can limitless Atma do any action which are limited? It is contradictory. To do karma, you have to be limited. And a Jivan Mukta knows that he is Ananta Brahma. So how can he do any karma? But he does karma at least for his survival. He has to do karma till he lives. As long as he lives, he has to do karma. So don't think that after Jnanam, the body of a Jivan Mukta suddenly vanish into thin air. It's not like that. It doesn't happen that way. He has to live, his body has to live, it has to survive. And for that he has to do karma. But as Atma, he cannot do any karma. He does karma, but as Atma, he doesn't do any karma. What does it mean? It means that a Jivan Mukta, he doesn't have the sense of kartritva, the sense of doership, though he does karma. Though a Jivan Mukta does karma, he doesn't have the sense of kartritva. The sense of doership is not there for him. That is why karmani akarmaha yaha pashyet saha veti. He is a jnani. One who sees inaction in action is a jnani. As he doesn't have kartritvam, he cannot have bhoktrutvam also. Kartritvam, bhoktrutvam, they goes together. Only when you are a karta, you become a bhokta. When you are not a karta, then how can you become a bhokta? A Jivan Mukta doesn't have kartritvam. Being identified with Brahma, he doesn't have a sense of kartritvam. Therefore, he doesn't have bhoktrutvam also. Since no bhoktrutvam, no kartritvam, bhoktrutvam, he doesn't do any karma, really speaking, though he seems to do karma. He is doing karma only from your viewpoint. From the viewpoint of the world, he does karma. But from the standpoint of himself, Jivan Mukta, he doesn't do any karma. You know the story of Vyasacharya, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he tells this story. You will find the story in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Once this Vyasacharya, he wants to cross the river. I think it's a Yamuna river. So they are all, women are also waiting to cross the river. They're waiting for the ferry to come. And they were carrying a huge pot on their head full of milk. So Vyasacharya was very angry and he asked those women to give the milk. And he consumed the milk from all the pots. Now all the pots were empty. He consumed all the milk. And the river flow, the Yamuna, it is increasing. Slowly it is flooding. And these women were worrying how to cross the river. Then Vyasacharya he looked at the river and told, if you have not drank any milk from these women, O river, you just please part and give us a way. The river just parted and gave the way for the people to cross. Seeing this, women were surprised. Just now this person consumed all the milk from us. And the moment he said that if he had not taken milk, then the river be parted. It happened. So here he does karma, but he doesn't have the sense of kartrutva. Therefore, a Jivan Mukta does seems to do karma, but really speaking, he doesn't do karma as he doesn't have the sense of kartrutva and bhoktritva. Only when you have the sense of kartrutva, then you become a bhokta, and therefore, bhokta means you have to undergo or you have to experience the karma phalam, sukha, dukkha, etc. That is the difference between a Jivan Mukta and the Jnana. Therefore, a Jivan Mukta is Nikhila Karma Bandha Vinirmuktaha Syat. He becomes free from all the karma bondages. Here, in this sentence, if you remember, I told in the previous class, the last class, that karma is a technical word. Nikhila karma. Karma is a technical word. You cannot take the meaning of karma literally. Here, karma doesn't mean action. Here, karma means karma phalam. You may ask, what is technical about karma phalam? Yes, it is technical because the karma phalam will be discussed by the author himself in the next sentence. And you will see the different types of karma phalam. The author would mention. So you will see why it is technical. Therefore, when we say a Jivan Mukta is Nikhila Karma Bandha Vinirmuktaha Syat, it means Nikhila Karma Phala Bandha Vinirmuktaha Syat. Karma should be taken as Karma Phalam. A Jivan Mukta is already free from karma. A Jivan Mukta is already free from karma. It doesn't have kartrutva. Therefore, it doesn't do any karma. That we have seen just now. Now, the author says a Jivan Mukta is also free from karma phalam. And this karma phalam will be discussed by the author. Now, you can repeat after me. I will read the sentence. Karmani katividhani santi iti chet.
कर्माणि कति विधानि
सन्ति चेत्
Agami sanchita prarabdha bhedena trividhani santi.
आगामि सञ्चित प्रारब्ध भेदेन त्रिविधानि सन्ति.
Okay. You can mute your mic. Here, karmani. Karmani means karma phalani. Karmani katividhani santi. Suppose you ask how many types of karmas are there? There are three types of karma. Agami, sanchita, prarabdha. Karmani katividhani santi chet. Suppose you ask, iti prachet katividhani karmani santi iti, then Agami sanchita prarabdha trividani santi. This is different form of manifestation. Karma phala can be classified into three. Agami, sanchita, prarabdha. These are the technical words. Here the meaning of karmani is karma phalani, the result of action. The word karma has got many meanings. What is the meaning of karma in Sanskrita Vyakaranam? Karma means karma karaka, the object of action, not the action. The object of action, karma karaka. In karma kanda, karma refers to various rituals, what we do. Jyotishtoma yajna, Kariri yajna, or Agnihotra karma, Sandhyavandana karma. All these are karma. It refers to karma kanda. And karma can sometimes mean the fate or the destiny. Suppose if you hit your head on the wall by mistake, you say it is my karma. So that means result, karma phala. That sense also karma is used. Therefore, karma has got many meanings, and we should apply the right meaning on the right context. That is why the knowledge of Sanskritam is important. So here karma means karma phala. How do I know that it is karma means karma phala? How should I take it? Because I know the topics which we are going to come later. Therefore, karma phala. And we know there are two types of karma phala in general: drishta phalam and adrishta phalam. The result, drishta phalam means the phalam which are drishtam, which are visible, drishtam phalam. Phalam which are available for perception. Adrishta phalam means the phalam which are not available for perception. Na drishtam, adrishtam, and drishta phalam. The result of action, what we can physically see, the results of action that are available for our perception, drishta phalam, and that are not available for our perception, adrishta phalam. So any karma you take, it will give two types of results: drishta phalam and adrishta phalam. Suppose you give money for charity or any good activity. You are giving out of that udara manas, you are giving. So your money is used for that good work. Ishtapurti ityadi karma you are doing. You are giving money for the charity purpose. That is your karma. And what is the drishta phalam for that karma? One drishta phalam is the moment you give money from your account, from your bank account, the money is going to reduce. That is one drishtam. So the amount of money getting reduced in your bank balance, that is drishta phalam, immediate drishta phalam. But there is also a sense of satisfaction. You become happy. You feel good when you give money for some good purpose. So you have done dhanam. And dhanam, the action of giving gives you certain fulfillment, certain happiness. So that is drishta phalam. Therefore, for any physical action, for example, like charity, you get the physical result. Drishta phalam is there. And also, you have a good motive behind your giving, behind your reaching out action. You have a good motive. That motive is not visible. That is adrishta. Your action is visible, but your motive is not visible. For your visible action, you get a visible result, drishta phalam. And what about for your invisible motive? Since motive is invisible, for that also there will be adrishta phalam. And that adrishta phalam will be at the sukshma level. Similarly, if you give the money for a wrong action, that the money what you spend will harm or destroy others, suppose. And that action is not proper, it is adharmic. adharmika karma. And the result of that action is visible because the other person is going to be injured or harmed. That is drishtam. And you also, what happens, your action also encourages certain hatred and jealousy towards that person, which is also drishtam. And you also become happy when you see the other person getting injured. That is drishtam. The result of your action is drishtam. And what about adrishtam? Your motive is wrong. Your motive nobody can see. That is not visible. So your wrong motive will bring negative phalam, adrishta phalam, negative adrishta phalam. A proper and a good motive will give you adrishta phalam in the form of punyam, whereas a negative motive will give adrishta phalam in the form of papam. So the difference in adrishta phalam is purely due to the difference in the motive. Adrishta phalam, it depends purely on motive. A doctor also uses a knife for surgery. A murderer also uses a knife for killing. So all the operations done by the doctor may not be successful. Suppose if the person dies, the doctor is using knife for a surgery. Similarly, the murderer also, he kills the person. Both of their actions cause the same result, maranam. But the motive behind the actions, they are not same. They are different. One wants to save the person, other wants to kill the person. So you cannot judge a person based on the result of action. By seeing only the karma phala, you cannot decide. You have to decide on the motive. Our Shastram very well knows this. That is why we have punyam and papam. The concept of punyam and papam can be known only from the Shastram. Therefore, punya papam is not a belief. It is for that Shastram is a pramanam. So, and therefore, we can also understand punya papam from our social point of view. Also, we can understand. So that Shastram says that based on the difference in motive, the karma will give different adrishtaphalam. Our Shastram need not discuss drishtaphalam. Drishtaphalam is very well known to us. So we don't need the support of Shastram for that. Our Shastram discusses only adrishtaphalam. For drishtaphalam, we don't need Shastram. Shastram is a pramanam for adrishtaphalam, and that adrishtaphalam in the form of punya and papa. Good karma will bring favorable unseen result, that is punyam, and negative karma will bring unfavorable unseen result, that is papam. So therefore both papam and punyam, they are there, and Shastram is the only pramanam for that. And the Shastram also says if the person escapes from any negative karma, any karma, but he cannot escape the law of karma. Adrishtaphalam will find you wherever he is, and it will come to him. Punya papa will be his property. It will be in his account only. He has to exhaust. He can escape from this world. He can cheat the government. He can cheat the judiciary, but he cannot cheat Ishvara. Therefore, the idea is that one should refrain from doing papa karma because it brings painful results which will come back to the same person who did the papa karma. Punya karma will bring him sukham. Papa karma will bring dukkam. And our own karma palam, since it is adrishtam, and in the form of punya and papa, it will come back to us in the form of pleasant or unpleasant situations. But we don't know when this karma pala will fructify. That we cannot say. When we say punya papa fructifies as sukha dukkha, we don't know the time difference, the time gap that karma takes to fructify. Time difference between the action and the result of action, that we cannot say. You cannot say how long I have to wait for the result. We don't know. Because they are adrishtam. And also all karmas, they don't produce the same, they don't produce result at the same time. It varies from karma to karma. If you sow a mango seed, it will give mango tree. A coconut seed, a coconut tree. But both will not give, both will not sprout at the same time. Why not at the same time? That is how they are. That is the order of Ishvara. So we cannot question why they are. So, the karma pulam, it varies. Similarly, our karma pala for our action, what we do, it can come either in this janma or in the next janma or in many janmas later. In fact, Punarjanma, that next birth is possible because of some results, some karma pala which have not been experienced by us. That is why Punarjanma is there. Until that karma palam comes to me, and karma palam, the jiva has to take birth. The jiva has to take continuous birth. The reason for continuous birth is karma palam. Karma has to give palam. And the palam has to be in keeping with karma, and the time gap between karma and karma pala is beyond one's understanding. That is why Gagana Karmano Gati. We say the Gita. One says this Punya Papam, they are like our post-dated checks. We don't know what is the date written there, but it will come at its own time. But it is sure, it is Avashyam Bhavi. It will come. That is what the Shastram, the Mundaka Upanishad says. That with reference to Vedic karma, it says, Adetat Satyam, Mantreshu Karmani. Etat Satyam. Karma pala is Satyam. Karma pala will come. And this karma pala, it is based on the Kala Veda. Based on the time difference, this karma can be divided into three groups. What are they? Karmani Katividani Santi Agami Sanchita Prarabdha.
Agami Sanchita Prarabdha.
Make a mute padikalama. There are three types of karma. One is called Agami, other one is Sanchita, then the next one is Prarabdha. Agami karma is that which is going to come. Agami. And Sanchita is what has been accumulated over a period of time. Period of time means over a period of many janmas. This janma, many janma, so many janmas we have taken. And Prarabdha is that what is right now it is fructifying. Prarabdha is responsible for this janma and for this body. So now, let us have a overview of this karma, and then we will see the text, the next definition of each karma. We saw that karma pala, which is adrishta karma pala in the form of papa punya, it gets added up in the account of jiva, and they fructify in the life of jiva. And only some portion of adrishta palam fructify in this janma. In the current janma, only some portion of adrishta palam, that papa punya, fructifies. And what the karma, what it will fructify later in this janma, up to the last of my life, last stage of my life. Because of my acquisition of papa punya in this life, that is called agami. Whatever karma I do now, for which I get karma pala, and all those karma pala, either it gives, all those karma gives karma pala either in this life itself, that is till I live, till my last breath, that karma pala may come, may fructify, or it will be carried over to the next janma. Because there are some agami karmas which cannot fructify in this body itself. Because of karma being many and varied, some karma may require a different type of body or a different type of environment. So all such agami karma, they don't fructify in this janma itself, but they remain in the account of a jiva. The account of the jiva, it just remains. And for the sake of reaping the results of those karma phala, he has to take another birth. If a person can escape without reaping the karma phala, which he has to undergo, then it is a violation of order. But that will not happen in the order of Ishvara. Jiva is going to exist continuously. When the jiva gives up this body, that is when he dies, the death is only for the physical body. It is only for the bhoga ayatana. He can only vacate this body, but jiva will continue to be there, and the jiva will pay for his karma in the next or in the subsequent births. When the body of a jiva falls, that body is called pretam. Pretam is that which has left the body. Pra-i, in dhatu, with ta pratyaya becomes pretam. That which has left this body, that is the pretam. It's called pretam, preta sharira. And this body is nothing but it is a bag of papa and punya. And the jiva which has left the body, it takes another janma. Vasansi jeenani yatha vigaya navani pinnati naropurani tata sharirani vigaya jeenani anyani snyati navani teki. It takes another body. For what? To exhaust the carry over papa punya in the next janma, the jiva takes another body. And when it takes another body, in the process, jiva does more karma and adds more karma phalam, and it goes on and on. It goes on and on, non-stoppably, continues. And karma phalam, and the karma phalam which were not experienced, the unexperienced karma phalam which has been accumulated in the account of jiva, janma after janma, because so many janmas a jiva has taken, those karma phala will be definitely reaped later. And those karma phala are called sanchita. Those karma phala are called sanchita. Therefore, a jiva has unaccountable sanchita. Unaccountable sanchita. Why? I will ask you, when did the jiva begin his journey? When did the jiva yatra begin? When did we start accumulating karma? We cannot say. It is anadi, anirvachya. It is beginningless. We don't know when we opened the account. And the account has been there, when we say anadi, eternally. We don't know the beginning, that is why we say eternally. But you have got a choice now to close the account. Do you want to close or do you want to keep it open? That is, the choice is there with us. When you expose yourself to Veda Pramanam and get Jnanam, then you can close this account. That is a choice. That is a Purushartha, free will, Bhagavan has given. Okay. Now, we have seen what is Agami and what is Sanchita. Now, Prarabdha. Suppose a person has given up the body. Now he has Punya Papa. The Punya Papa baggage is there, including the Karma Phalam what he has gathered in this Janma. And all of his karma, they are not ready for fructification. It takes time. Like a seed takes time to come out in the form of a sprout. Similarly, karma also will take time to fructify. So only some portion of its sanchita karma, that what he has accumulated over a period of time, that they are ready for giving the karma phala. So that karma which are ready to give the result now, that is called prarabdha. It is like the matured deposit. Now you got the deposit, prarabdha, it has come now. It is this karma, these karmas that decide everything about your next janma. The next janma, the type of body, what you are going to get, and the time and the place of birth, your parentage, your environment, society, and also your physical well-being. Everything depends on this karma. And accordingly, one takes an appropriate Sthula Shariram. He takes Sthula Shariram and goes to the experience of Sukham and Dukkham. And what about Sukshma Shariram and Kana Shariram? Sukshma Shariram, Kana Shariram, they don't take birth because they are there. Because they don't end, therefore they are not born. Only Sthula Shariram is born. What happens to Sukshma Shariram and Kana Shariram after death? It will continue. It will continue. And based on the karma which are to be fructified, this Sthula Shariram is born. And Prarabdham, this Prarabdha karma, it also decides many factors. How long the person will live in the body, and what are the pleasures and pains which he has to undergo. Sometimes he may have to undergo certain karma phala for which you are not responsible. Like sometimes without any fault of you may have to undergo some false accusation. That is possible. Sometimes without any effort you may get name and fame or richness possible. That is all prarabdha. So when this prarabdham is experienced in this janma, the person will not keep quiet. He will not just experience only prarabdha. He will do more karma. He will keep doing karmas. And that karma will be called agami karma. So prarabdha karma is a karma which is responsible for this janma, and that will continue till we give up the body. Whole lifespan that prarabdha is there. In fact, the lifespan is decided by the prarabdha. And while exhausting prarabdha karma, person will be doing more and more new karmas also. And that is called agami karma. And certain portion of the agami karma will be fructified in this janma, and certain will be carried over to the next janma. So many things in our life experience can be explained by this prarabdha karma. You have to explain only through prarabdha karma, otherwise there is no possibility. In the world we see many people, they suffer. They suffer from physical, they are not healthy, physical problem, and people are poor, and there are people who are given, and we are seeing the world that people who are giving to adharmic ways, they flourish. Why? There may be greater papam in sanchitam for those people, but now in prarabdha, punyam is fructifying for them. In the prarabdha, now the punya karma for those people fructifies. That is why though they do all improper action, they flourish because they enjoy the punyam which has to fructify now. And prarabdha alone determines the pleasure and pain. Even though the person may be a great papi, he enjoys sukham because he has done some punya karma which now fructifies. So, and the result of papam, what he has done, that he must reap, for sure, there is no doubt about it. But now, unfortunately, what happens, now the results which are fructifying, they are punyam. And the person will suffer after the exhaustion of punyam and when papam fructifies. And similarly, we see some good people suffering in the world. How do you explain this? This also can be explained only by the same logic only. Now in the prarabdha, in the current janma, some of his papa karma, which manifests as prarabdha, that fructifies now. So that he has to experience. The prarabdha karma, which manifests in the form of dukkha, the painful experiences, that he has to undergo. And lot of punyam, it is there, it will fructify. It will fructify later. So, prarabdha alone is the cause. Prarabdha alone is the cause for our sukha dukkha, what we experience in this janma. You may have a lot of punyam or papam in your sanchita, that you don't have access to the sanchita papa punya now. While exhausting prarabdha karma, you cannot access sanchita papa punya. That is there in your account. When that sanchita becomes prarabdha, then it will manifest. And the agami karma, what you are doing, it will continue till the body is alive. Till the body is alive, till you live, that will continue. And after that agami karma will get added to your sanchita. So when your prarabdha is exhausted, we give up the body. The body is dropped. In fact, our longevity depends only on prarabdha. Prarabdha is like the oil for our life lamp. Once the oil runs out, then the lamp is out. So the time of your death is the time of your prarabdha. Then whatever agami karma, what you have done in this life, that will join your sanchita. So there will be only one karma left when you give up the body. What is that? Sanchita. And which portion of sanchita will fructify in the next janma, that will decide your body, and that becomes prarabdha. This goes on and on. So before birth there is only sanchita, and once the jananam takes place, then agami and sanchita, they come into existence. Therefore, you can never exhaust karma. Karma being so much, we have done unlimited only in the relative sense. We have done karma from all the yugas what have gone. We have so many yugas, so many kalpas have gone. So we have done karma. The karma will definitely be 55, and we can never exhaust those karma. So therefore, and here karma, what that agami sanchita, the technical things what has been talked about, it is applicable to all the people. It is in general agami, sanchita and prarabdha. And here we are talking about jivan mukta. Here in this context we are talking about jivan mukta who has jnanam. He is a jnani. And in his case, the karma kshaya, the exhaustion of karma, is possible. Karma pala exhaustion is possible. Why? Because karma bija kshaya, that is avidya, that ajnanam has gone away from him forever. Since ajnanam is not there, therefore that ajnanam is the cause for the karma pala bhoga, karma pala, for the karma pala bhoga, that has gone from him. And therefore, that karma bija is not there, karma kshayam happens. Therefore, he becomes karma bandha virimuktasya. Nikila karma bandha virimuktasya. Nikila is all the karma, whatever karma he has done. That from that he becomes free. The seed for the karma pala, that is destroyed. And that is destroyed, the whole karma, the whole baggage of karma is gone. So there is no papa or punya for him to fructify. That is for a jivan mukta. Now, the author will describe what are those agami, sanchita and prarabdha. I discussed in general. Now, the author will describe specifically, it gives a definition for those technical terms, agami, sanchita and prarabdha. So you can repeat after me. Agami karma kim.
Agami karma kim.
Jnanotpatti anantaram.
Jnanotpatti anantaram.
Jnani deha kritam.
ज्ञानदेहकृतम्
पुण्यपापरूपं कर्म
पुण्यपापरूपं कर्म
यदस्ति तद्
यदस्ति तद्
आगामि इत्यभिधीयते
आगामी इत्यभिधीयते
I will read Sanchitam also, Prarabdha also, you can repeat. Sanchitam karma kim
सञ्चितं कर्म किम्
अनन्तकोटिजन्मनां
अनन्तकोटिजन्मनां
बीजभूतं सत्
बीजभूतं तत्
यत् कर्म जातं
यत् कर्म जातं
पूर्वार्जितं पूर्वार्जितं means पूर्व अर्जितं तिष्ठति तत्
तिष्ठति तत्
सञ्चितं ज्ञेयम्
सञ्चितं ज्ञेयम्
प्रारब्धं कर्म किम् इति चेत्
प्रारब्धं कर्म किमिति चेत्
इदं शरीरम् उत्पाद्येह
इदं शरीरम् उत्पाद्येह
लोक एवं सुखदुःखादिप्रदम्
लोक एव सुखदुःखादिप्रदम्
The reading can be eva or ev, both are okay. Loka evam or loka eva. Yat karma tat prarabdham
यत् कर्म तत् प्रारब्धम्
भोगेन नष्टं भवति
भोगेन नष्टं भवति प्रारब्धकर्मणां
भोगादेव क्षयः इति
भोगादेव क्षयः इति
प्रारब्धकर्मणां भोगादेव क्षयः इति Prarabdha karma one has to definitely undergo. There is no escape from it. That is what it is. Now let us see agami karma. We have time, I think. Maybe 5-10 minutes we'll do agami karma. Another karma will continue in the next class. Agami karma kim? What is agami karma? Here we are talking about Jivan Mukta. We talked about agami, sanchita, prarabdha in general. General means applicable for Jiva. Now is here in Tattvabodha, the author is specifically talking about for a Jivan Mukta. Agami karma. Agami karma for a Jivan Mukta. Jivan Muktasya. Agami karma. What is Agami karma for the Jivan Mukta? Jnana Utpatti Anantaram. Jnana Deka Krutam. पुण्यपापरूपं कर्म यत् अस्ति तत् आगामि इत्यभिधीयते ज्ञान उत्पत्ति अनन्तरम् अनन्तरम् is after the jnana utpatti, after the dawn of knowledge, after the arisal of knowledge, jnana utpatti anantaram ज्ञानि देहकृतं पुण्यपापरूपं कर्म ज्ञानि देहकृतं. He doesn't say ज्ञानिनः कृतं कर्म not done by the ज्ञानि. ज्ञानि देहकृतं. The dega is important. It shows that dega abhimana is not there for a ज्ञानि. ज्ञानि देहकृतं. Okay. So ज्ञानिनः देहकृतं. Body of the jnani, what it has done? What punya papa rupam karma? The karma which is in the form of papa and punya done by the body of the jnani, not the jnani, not the Jivan Mukta. So after the rise of knowledge, karma which is in the form of papa and punya done by the body, right? That fructifies. That fructifies in the future. That is called sanchitam. Karma done by the body of a jnani after the rise of knowledge, it is called agami. Agami ityabhidiyate. We are talking with, we have to refer the previous sentence. We are talking with reference to the previous line. Previous line is Nikila karma bandha vinirmuktava syat. We become free from all the karma phala. So, the agami karma phala is there. So that with reference to jnani, that has been described now. So after the rise of knowledge, the karma in the form of papa punya done by the body of the jnani is called agami. And what will happen to that agami? That will come later. So he is defining what is agami with reference to here, the jivan mukta. And here the agami is a nice word. Agami means what? You can easily find out from the word itself. Ga is there. That is gam dhatu is there. A plus gam. Agachati, we say, right? Gachati, agachati. Gachati goes, agachati comes there. So agami means that which comes back. Agachati iti agami. That which comes back is called agami. What comes back? The karma phala. What the person has done. It comes back. That is called agami. So, what papa karma a jnani can do? Here the sentence jnani deha kritam punya papa rupam karma is a jnani, is a jivan mukta. What papa karma he can do? The jnani will not do any papa karma. But if the text says, therefore we can take it as the wrong action, the papa karma which the person, which the jnani has done unintentionally. The jnani also, while walking on the earth, he may trample on a small insect, possible. That is not intentionally done. That is the papa karma, and that is the papa karma. Such papa karma which are done unintentionally by the jnani is what is referred to. And we say jnani is a dharmika purusha. He will not violate the order of Ishvara. That is why he is a jnani. He is in harmony with the order of the Ishvara. Therefore, papa karma, when we say, it refers to the results of, that is, it refers to the action which has been done, which the jivan mukta does unintentionally. Because jivan mukta also has body, has limited body. Body is there. Therefore, he can commit some mistake. But the real motive to cause hinsa is not there. But papam is there. The papam is there for any karma, what he does. That papam is there. What will happen to the papam, that we will see later. That papam is there. Papam is there, punyam is there. Both will be there. And that, the papa punya palam, that is called agami. That adrishta papa punyam is called agami. And the jnani doesn't have the notion that agam karta. I am the karta, that notion is there. This notion is not there for a jnani. Therefore, any karma done by the jnani is only deha krita. It is only deha krita. Karya karana sanghata krita. That body, mind, senses, what it has done. That is the karma. So, therefore, after jnanam, whatever karma he does, that karma really not done by him. It is done by the body. After jnana utpatti, whatever karma he does, that karma is not done by the jnani. It is done by only by his body. That is why jnani deha kritam punya papa rupam karma. That is mentioned. Since he doesn't have the sense of doership, therefore, he will not get the result of action. That other step of a punyam, that also should not come to him. And since there is no kartrutvam, there should not be any bhoktrutvam. That will come later. What will happen to the agami karma done by a jnani, a jivan mukta? What will happen to those karma? That will come later. You will see that. Now, the next one is sanchitam karma kim. What is sanchita karma? What is sanchita karma? अनन्तकोटि जन्मना बीजभूतं यत् यद्यत् कर्म जातं पूर्वार्जितं तिष्ठति तत् सञ्चितं ज्ञेयम् अनन्तकोटि जन्मना countless janma anantakoti kotis crores of janma ananta not countable na anta there is no end to counting that is anantakoti janmana bijabhutam bijabhutam sat that is in the being in the form of a bija the seed karmajatam purvarjitam that is karmajatam is the load the accumulated load of karma what was gathered before purva arjitam what was earned before that is the load of karma the accumulated load of karma what was earned before that in the form of a seed bijabhutam sat yat karma tishtati that karma which is there tat sanchitam iti gneyam that is called sanchitam that is the load of karma which the person has gathered over the ananta koti janma which are in the form of a seed that is called sanchitam. The word sanchitam also it is a nice word. If you see the vyutpatti it is sam plus chi. Chi dhatu it belongs to the fifth gana. It means to gather, to collect, to some upasarga. Even in Mundaka Upanishad this word comes, if you remember. Rikshilokan, Karmachitan, Brahmanaha, Nirvedamaya. What is Chitan there? Rikshilokan, Karmachitan, the one who gathers the karma. That Chitan is that the same dhatu, Chi dhatu. It belongs to fifth gana. Chinoti, Chinutaha, Chinvanti. The declension will be. So Samyak Chitaha, the well collected, well gathered karma. That is Sanchitaha. Sam plus Chi will become Sanchitaha. Okay. Now, what is Sanchita? Sanchita means karma jatam. Jatam here it means a load, a bundle of karma. Bundle of adrishta papa punya. It is anantakoti janmanaha, gathered from anantakoti janma. That is in the form of seed. Bijabhutam sat. And when it is collected, purvarjitam, accumulated in the previous janmas. That is the Janma which has gone, they are countless. The Janmas which are going to come, they are also going to be countless because of the karma pala which is going to fructify and the subsequent karma what we are going to do. Therefore, it is ananta. Here, the karma jata means don't think that it is born of karma. Jataha is not in the sense of born. It means jataha means samuha, jati, the group of karma, the bundle of karma. And that is purvarjitaha, gathered in the previous janma, and it is anadi, it is beginningless, and that is unmanifest, like a bija. Bija for what? Bija for anantakoti janma which is going to come. Anantakoti janma what has gone, anantakoti janma what has to come. For that, this is the bija. And we know in one kalpa there are billion and billions of years are there. And we have a human body in this planet, and everywhere else, and somewhere else there may be other planets like this, and there also maybe we have a human body or any body equal to human body. There also maybe we have to go and exhaust our karma. So this kalpa after kalpa we are living it. They are all ananta because it's a cycle. Cycle is ananta. Therefore ananta koti janma, and that is responsible for the future ananta koti janma. So it's all we know that Ishvara's law of karma. So that karma, in the form of the karma pala, definitely it will come back. In the form. That is why that all these karmas are now in the storage, in the sanchita. So that is called sanchita. It is nyayam, that is to be understood. Sanchitaha iti. And what is prarabdham? Prarabdham karma kim iti chet? That we will discuss in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ji.
Easy.